Alright, so what is going on, everybody? 908 Big Smoke here, finally back with another beer review. Finally, right? It's been, I think the last beer review was in April. Said I was going to do a bunch of them. I just came out with a hiking video, but a lot of people want to see the beer reviews. Not really. 4 subscribers, and 2 of them are my friends, so. But the beer reviews seem to get a little bit more views than the hiking videos, so I figured we definitely should put out another beer review since I haven't put one out in over 2 months. 3 months, actually, at this point. So today we're going to be talking about a real special beer that I've really been anxious to try since I heard about it coming out, I think, earlier this month, or probably about mid-June. So that's going to be the Founders Double Trouble Imperial IPA. So this beer, from what I've read, was last released in 2014. Now this is a limited release. I don't know how long this beer is going to be out. I didn't check the website, but I'm assuming that it's probably just going to be out for the summer, maybe into the fall, because it was just available today at my local store. So, I was looking for it after I heard about it, about maybe 2 weeks ago. Was looking for it, and it just didn't show up in my store, and then today it finally did. So I'm really excited to try this. I like Imperial IPAs as long as they're not too malty, extreme on the malt. I'm not a fan of it if you watch some of my other beer reviews. So let's check it out and see what it says here. Now, Founders is out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We get a lot of their releases where I'm at in New Jersey. We get, almost all of them, a lot of the limited ones too, which is really good. I mean, I love the company. Didn't like them as much when I first, started drinking beer. I thought like the All Day IPA was a little bit bland. But all the other ones, even now, I do enjoy the All Day IPA now, sometimes. But all the other ones I tend to really like besides the real dark ones. So Founders Double Trouble, we got it here. We're going to be drinking it and not trying it out for the first time. I actually had my friend over before, and he was anxious to try this too, so we split one of them. And I will say, it's very, very good. So 9.4% alcohol by volume. It's coming in at 86 IBU, so it's going to be pretty bitter, pretty damn bitter. Especially these Imperial IPAs usually tend to be pretty bitter on the backbone if there's not too much malt, which I usually like. I'd rather have it more bitter, like I was saying before. So let's see, bottled on 5/17/18. So it makes this beer, under 2 months old. So this is July 8th. Today's July 8th, so it's under 2 months old. Should be extremely fresh. The other one I had from this 4-pack was extremely fresh. So, let's get into it now. We'll open it up, take a smell before we actually pour it up. Love the caps too for Founders. Brewed for us. Yep. Ooh. Smells very good. Classic kind of Imperial IPA smell. Could smell some malts, but I could also smell a lot of hops. The label on this is very cool. Really, really like it. Pretty trippy. Founders is always kind of like that, similar to Magic Hat as well. Let me put this out. Yeah, I could smell the hops. I could smell some malt in it too. I didn't really smell it too much before, to be honest. We kind of just poured it up and tried it. So let's go to pour. Got a fancy glass out here for this fancy beer. Real excited to try this, Was really excited when I saw it at the store today. Not too much head, didn't pour aggressively at all, but a lot of these Imperial IPAs, you're not going to get a super lot of head. It's, not thick, but it's, you can definitely tell it's got a good amount of alcohol in it by the color. It's a little bit darker. So with that, let's give it a try. Yeah, really good, guys. Like I said, I tried this before about an hour or so ago. Just had half of one and, fantastic. My friend really enjoyed it too. It's very smooth, not too much malt, but also not too much hops. It's almost perfectly balanced, to be honest with you. Get a little bit more head going in there. Yeah, see this, not too much head with this. This honestly reminds me a lot of a beer that I really like by Flying Dog. What is it called? I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. The Truth. The Truth is one of my favorites from Flying Dog. Get it all the time. I believe that one is 8.5%, something like that. It's not this strong, but it tastes very similar. Not that's a bad thing. It's one of my favorite beers, favorite IPAs. Really good. I mean, just very smooth. The alcohol in it, you can definitely feel it. I can feel it hitting my stomach. It's a strong beer. I mean, at 9.4%, this thing's strong. I mean, there's a reason why they sell these things in 4-packs, other than the fact that they might want to make a little bit of extra money. And now, speaking on that, for the price point for this beer, $11.99 for a 4-pack plus tax, so probably about $12.17 or something like that. To be honest with you, most Founders beer in my area, the 6-packs of like Centennial IPA, All Day IPA, are like $8.99. Now the 4-pack, it's a lot more alcohol content. It's also a limited release beer, so you can't really complain too much on the price point. It's a little expensive, I guess, but it's nothing crazy, I know the Harvest Ale is the same price, and that's like a 6.7% beer. That's not a ripoff, but it's a little bit overpriced. That one I'll definitely be reviewing when it comes out in October, because that's one of my favorite beers by them as well. To be honest, I think I like the Harvest Ale a little bit more than this one, just because it's a little bit lighter and smoother, but that's a wet hopped ale. This is an Imperial IPA, totally different. This one's a lot drier than that. And not just because of the wet hop, it's just the flavor of this is very dry. It's smooth yet dry. It has a little bit of citrus flavor, but it's most of that earthy hops, like mixing with the malts to kind of create that classic flavor for an Imperial IPA. Now this is an Imperial double IPA. That's why it's got so much damn alcohol in it. But for 86 IBUs, it definitely tastes like 86 IBUs, guys. It's very bitter, but the finish is good. I can't see myself drinking 4 of these in one night. Like some of them, the Founders ones, like the Harvest Ale, you could drink the whole 4-pack because it's not as much alcohol, and it's also a lot lighter. These are heavy, And the Flying Dog that I was talking about that tastes very similar to this, they sell them in 6-packs. It's like there's nobody's drinking that whole 6-pack in one night. I mean, even if you wanted to, it just it would be too heavy for you, way too heavy. And guys, I apologize if the flash just went out on my camera. I'm trying to record this outside, and I just noticed the flash went out. It might be because I went below 15% battery there, and I apologize about that if the quality changes here. I was trying to make this video all night, but there's just people constantly coming through and calling me and stuff. So had a real long day at work today, and was supposed to meet up with a few people, take care of some things, and also just hang out. And it's a little bit tough when you're working from 9:45 to 7 at night, to get all that stuff in. So, and also things I had to do myself. So I apologize about that. I should have charged my phone a little bit more in advance here. If the review ends up looking really shitty, I'll refilm it, but hopefully that's not happening, so I'm not just sitting here bullshitting for no reason. But I'm gonna give this for a rating. Let me take one more sip here. It's extremely good. Extremely good. Definitely a category. And I could see why they waited a little bit to release this beer, after it had been released, I guess, in 2014. And I know it had been released before that. I kind of went on YouTube to see when the last person who reviewed it was, and then checked the website, did a little digging. But if I'm going to go for a rating on this one, I'm honestly going to rate it a 91. Very, very good. Could be a little bit heavier on the hops. It's a perfect balance, really, but I usually like a little bit more hops than the malt. but it's a really good balance, to be honest with you. And well, the lacing on this glass too, very nice. I mean, you can tell, quality beer, very fresh too. Very high alcohol content as well. Just be careful. You're going to drink these things. I know at the bars around here, for these kind of beers, when they come out, they have a limit. Because you can't just sit there and drink 9.4% beer all night, expect somebody to drive home. It's just ridiculous. I mean, these things get you pretty toasted. So with that being said, I'm going to finish this up and the video here. Obviously, like I said, there's no movie behind me, like I've said in previous reviews that I've filmed out here. No movie behind me, but I will say one thing. I'm very excited for the Halloween, the new Halloween, because I'm not really a fan of either of the Rob Zombie ones. And it's really cool that they're going to have Jamie Lee Curtis come back in a Halloween movie that wasn't just an abomination, So, with that being said, I'm going to try and film another beer review this week. And guys, definitely check this out. This is a really good beer. I really enjoy it. And it's really cool that Founders, does this similar thing to Magic Hat with kind of keeping things hidden, then bringing them back out. It's kind of cool. It just keeps the suspense, waiting. Rather than waiting for just a new release, you could wait for something that's been out that you like, that you don't know when it's going to come out again. And then, when it does, you get really excited. This wasn't the case for me with this beer, but that's a lot of beers in the past. I'm sure there's tons of people looking forward to getting this again. So with that being said, this is 908 Big Smoke checking out. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Any of my videos, really. I have a lot of fun filming the hiking videos. The beer reviews are fun too. But I'm probably just going to combine the two. We're going to do something new, figure something out. So once we get all that done, we'll be really trying to pump out some videos here, especially come winter time when I'm a lot less busy. So thank you guys and have a good night.